America Prepper coming at you from the bunker. All right. This is the way I believe this stuff's going to go down. I'm waiting for some people to get in here. I'm 85% over that whatever I had about wiped me out. But here we are. All right. So, this here topic, I believe this is the way it's going to happen. I really believe this is the way it's going to happen. First, no, all right, let's just say that, which, I'm a patriot. I'm all American. All right, I'm getting that out of the way right now. Damn, technology is driving me nuts. But I believe this is the way it's going to go down. If I was the enemy of, well, any country, this is the way I would do it. First thing I would do is release a pandemic on that population. All right. Then after, excuse me, after I released the pandemic on that population, I was going to take over another country. I would release a pandemic on the population. Then once it was released, then I would just set off a couple of improvised nuclear devices, which can literally fit in a suitcase. And whether it's an EMP or just a regular dirty bomb, and take out the grid. So, then you got this terrible disease spreading. The grid's took out by the improvised nuclear device. Then, everyone that's catching that pandemic noise. Then everyone that's got catching the pandemic, well, the grid's been took out, so you can't get medical attention. And, you know, when the grid goes down, most people do not have the skills to stay clean. And there's going to be breakouts of cholera. And the pandemic is going to spread like wildfire because no one's really going to know. Just people will be getting sick. So you take out the majority of the population with illness. You take out the grid where they don't know what's going on. They can't get medical attention. They can't get any help whatsoever. Then, you know, all the nasty things happen when the grid goes down. Total anarchy, total chaos. And then I would sit back and wait. And watch. And of course, you know, I would send in some of my people over the open southern border with their communication devices, obviously EMP shielded, and have them where they're not going to get hit by the nuclear fallout. That way they can go, all right, man, they're all getting sick. Power's out. They can't get medical attention. They're dying off. Okay? All right. Then, okay, now the ones that didn't die off, now they're fighting amongst each other over resources. That's really what I believe China is going to do. Hey, Rabbit Worldwide, who is dying off? Well, this is a scenario that I believe this is the way, well, this is the way I would do it. I'm just an old country boy redneck, all right? So this is the way I would do it. I would release a pandemic on the country that I wanted to conquer, and I would have my spies in there that were already inoculated, which, not going down that road, but one that actually worked, okay? So my spies that were plants in that country could gather intel and relay back to me, what's the situation, how's it going down? And it would happen exactly that way, by the way. So now, just say you got a pandemic wiping out the vulnerable, which, they have made I have pronunciation problems. I had a heat stroke in Afghanistan. For the bubonic plague, I know I butchered that, but the Black Death, back in the medieval days, it took out a third of the world's population. Well, now they got like a 2.0. They always make this before they turn it loose. Big Pharma. Big Pharma. George Soros, Bill Gates, the Clinton Foundation, New World Order. All those evil people that are in control. NATO. The UN. A lot of bad guys are running this world right now. I know that for a fact. So, all right, now everyone's dropping from the illness. Now the grid's been took out. Now, the infighting over resources, because, the big farmers, they're not going to be able to grow food. Which, have you seen the price of beef lately? Matter of fact, down here in Florida right now, we're having a serious issue with cattle rustling like it's back in the freaking Western days, man. Already. It's already happening, as far as, the price of food. People are like, I'm not paying that. They're just going out and stealing them. It's really happening. I know some cattle guys down here, and I'm about to stop working as a bouncer. And because they can't be out there, you have to get rest. So hopefully I'm in the works now of putting together some of my mag team. And we're going to go out there and guard those cows. That's how bad it's getting down here in Florida, the cattle rustling. But anyway, I digress. So that's going to happen. So when all the resources are used up, then the starvation will kick in. So, I just took out most of the population through an illness. Most people don't know how to live without electricity. When you need to understand, electricity is a luxury for, 100 years ago to however long it was, we didn't have electricity. America didn't. Our forefathers were much tougher than we are. Now, when the grid goes down, everybody just with diabetics that's got to have medicine. Everyone that's got to go down, and hook up to the machines because their kidneys aren't working. They're done immediately, really. So, then you are going to have, if I was in that population, I am going to be a local warlord. I'm going to protect mine. We're going to gang up together, and we're going to hold our own. Hey, Joe, what's up? We're going to hold our own. So, really, after all that, then I would send in my army and just mop them up. And the only hope for America is we are a gun culture. and we have a lot of armed citizens. Gang up against who? I need some more catching up. I just got here. All right. How do you determine who is your own and who is not? That is a good question. A couple of good questions here. So I'll recap. That's why, these lives, I have to, for the people that are hanging in there. And everyone, please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that. And hit the like button, because this channel truly is shadow banned. That shadow ban is real, by the way. They don't want people knowing this kind of information. Well, if you knew my background, I've been all over the world. I've done a lot of stuff. So, that's a whole nother story. But I believe that's exactly what China's going to do to us. I really do. I believe it's already in the works. I do. Such as this death fog. And all these solar, go green solar, we're taking out the cows and putting in these solar panels, just leaking toxic stuff on the ground where you'll never be able to grow stuff again. So I do believe that they are poisoning our soil. And then they're going to just grow the food indoors, such as Walmarts that have closed down. And we're going to be at their mercy. Because So, what do you do? What do you do about that? Well, one thing is get your body as physically fit as you can be. Don't compare yourself to someone else. No. Get your body as physically fit as you can be and build your immune system up. Because in a situation, it's true, a strong man is hard to kill. That's facts. I know a guy that got in a car wreck real bad, and if he wasn't all jacked and strong, the doctor said, man, if you weren't all in such good shape, there's no way you would have made it. A strong man is hard to kill. I work as a bouncer, I know. And I can size people up. A lot of times I'll size someone up and I go, I'm not riding that rodeo. So I'll just walk around, come up behind them, and then drag them out. That way I ain't got to face them face to face. So, that's how China's going to take us. I believe so. And they have to. They got to take us that way. I really don't think that it's going to be like major nukes, missiles. I don't think it's going to be that way if it's China, because they need our resources. And a lot of people say China will not attack us because they need us. They need our food. Well, if they take us out with a pandemic and they shut down our grid with a couple of improvised nuclear devices, and how many? 1, 2? No one will really know. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time keep thinking up with the chat. Do you think China interested in American? Absolutely. Hey, good to have y'all in here. So then, I'm not going to read the chat right this minute, but I will once I get my point across, and then I'll go back over this stuff. So, y'all can talk amongst each other and try to keep it civil. Because I do believe in the First Amendment. Okay? So if you disagree with me, put it in there. I believe in the First Amendment. I'm a constitutionalist. So there's that. You have the right to say what you want to say. Now, to be disgusting and nasty, no, I don't tolerate that. But as far as if you disagree with me, that's cool, man. I'm a constitutionalist. You have that right. For now, they're trying to take it away. This country is bought and paid for by China, Bubba, by this administration. That's why they're literally allowing China to buy up land next to our military bases. You can't buy no large corporation pork that China owns them all. Smithfield, all of them. China owns all the large pork farmers, manufacturers, whatever you want to call it. They own it all. And there's that. So what do? You know, what are we going to do? Well, guys like me, you know, I got a very large mag team. And, you know, I'm quite the savage. It's actually one of my call signs, a savage. But that's another life. I'm not going there right now. Don't want to trigger my PTSD. There's a reason why I have post-traumatic stress disorder. Just, I assure you. And I'll drop a little things in here too, like get a tourniquet and learn how to use it, for God's sakes. At least do that. And have it on you. And I ride a motorcycle, so I'm kind of stupid not to have one of these on me, because it's only a matter of time. I've crashed before. You know, I am the president of a large motorcycle club, and in Central Florida, I'm the president of this chapter. The most dangerous thing about being a motorcycle club is the motorcycle. All right, so... And that's a good way to get around. It doesn't use much fuel. And when there's gridlock on the roads, on that motorcycle, if you're in a car, you can't go around things. On a motorcycle, I can cut right through it. Not a problem. Yeah, I'm one of those guys that... pisses you off. I can't help it. It's just who I am. But what I mean by that is, you know, when you're in your car driving, and then next... I do that. I ain't gonna lie. I don't lie on this channel. So, yeah, I lane split all the time. So, buckle up, Buttercup. These guys like me, us OGs, we just don't care. We really don't care. We're going to do what we want to do. We resist authority. We're true rebels. We rebel against the system. Because the system, you know, it's going to fail you. I already know this. The system is going to fail. There's no way around it. It's going to happen. And when it does, guys like me, if we don't get smoked, you are going to need guys like me that knows how to do things. Because literally right now, I'm coming at you off grid. The only grid thing I have is Wi-Fi. But these lights, solar, I don't even have running water. I bring them on water. I take a bath in a swimming pool. Just a small pool. That's that. 5-gallon bucket. It's my bathroom. So, you know, a lot of people couldn't live this way. They're just soft. Well, I'm already used to it, man. No big... I've been living this way for over 8 years. It's what it is, right? A couple reasons. They're like, man, why do you live that way? Well, financial reasons, for one. Look, just look. Have you bought groceries lately? How, you know, in Florida, the price of housing is ridiculous. I'm in Florida. I was like the first person living this way. Now there's a lot of people. I mean, almost every yard out here where you can get away with it, there's either one of these sheds or there's a camper and there's a home. But people are living this way down here because us regular Florida people, we can't afford it, man. We can't. Just can't. So, how do you survive a situation like that? For one, you need to make a mutual assistance group, a mag team. I have a very large mag team. You know, I got videos. You can see us training. And you need to grow your own food. And have a whole playlist, if you live down in the South, of wild edibles or wherever you're at, study the plants. That way you don't have to water them. You don't have to fertilize them. Just go out there and harvest them and eat them. Learn how to hunt. Learn how to fish. Now, in reality, when this does happen, all the large game will be hunted to extinction very quickly. So, what do? You go hunting now. And either can that food, can that meat. What I do is I salt it. I slow smoke it. And I fill a mason jar up with it and seal it off. I haven't ever had none go bad on me yet. Just make it real thin. So, if you're a prepper or survivalist, don't forget to put back some salt. All right. Yeah, that's a good one. Y'all consider selling tasteful LMP pigs to drum up some cash for more supplies. Do what you got to do, man. What you going to do for an EMP? Exactly. Just going to live without electricity? Really? I've lived without electricity before. I was raised hard. I'm that old, okay? I was raised literally in a cow pasture, in a trailer, no screens on the window. Rarely did we have electricity because just old poor white trash, okay? Parents didn't pay for electricity most of the time because they were OGs, man. They didn't need it. So that's where I was raised. My dad literally, man, I remember just being like 12 years old, 11 years old. And when I came home from school, when I did go to school, when I came home, you know, my dad was like, here's a .22 rifle. Here's a couple bullets. Go get supper. And I knew if I didn't hunt, if I didn't get something, I didn't eat that night. And my old dad, he was slick. He'd always have some of this put back right here. Potted meat. If you met my dad, he would remind you a lot of that dude on the movie Sling Blade, by the way. Yes. But, if you've seen that movie. So, if I didn't have a successful hunt, which was rare, by the way, the old man would just open his can of potted meat and eat it right in front of me. And go, well, you want to be a man, you got to learn how to survive. You got to feed yourself. All right, goats, I'm going to call you when little Miss Prepper gets home today. All right, we got a mod in here. Thank you, thank you. Art Wildman, hey, my man. You know what? I'm going to help you out, goat. Art Wildman, you've earned my trust. So, wow, there's a helicopter out there. You know, I hate helicopters. I have a love-hate relationship because I've had them save my life. In Afghanistan, hit a IED. Woke up in that helicopter. But the things about helicopters, man, you know, they don't even have to land. They just slide down like ninjas and they're on you. Love-hate relationship. So they make me a little nervous when I hear them. That's post-traumatic stress disorder. It is what it is. Hey, Norman, good morning from Washington State. Now, my mods, keep up with the chat. Ark Wildman, I believe I just modded you. So, y'all monitor chat. Hey, go, go, go. Doing better, doing better. Now, I can't keep up with the chat and get my point across. So, I'm going to get my point across. Then I'll get in the chat. If little Miss Prepper was here, she could read the chat. But I can't do both at the same time. You know, that's why you need numbers. That's why you need a mutual assistance group. A MAG team. Because only numbers are going to make it. When I was in Bosnia, the only families that really made it were the ones that had these. and would all go to one house and literally had a man at every entranceway of that house with one of these. They were the only ones that made it. And those people over there were so hungry, they literally would cut grass, let it dry, mill it up, pour water in it, and make bread out of it and eat it. I saw that with my own two eyes, man. So they did that. So I apologize. I got my mods monitoring the chat. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves. I will get in the chat after I get through with this. So I'll recap, because there's a lot more people in here. I'll make it quick. If I was going to conquer a nation, well, let's say if I was China, because, you know, China needs our resources. We literally feed them. And, you know, China's in another lockdown. China's having some serious financial problems. China is staging for war. They have more battleships than us. They have more ground troops than us. The army from the east. So, I would release another pandemic. Then set off an EMP or nuclear device, just a small one. A couple of them, just to take out the grid. Our grid's a lot more vulnerable than you think. Americans have become too complacent. We've had it too good for too long. And that's why a lot of people's not going to make it. You got guys like me, I'm going to make it until I die. I mean, that's just the way it is. I will become a local warlord when it gets real. So, already working on that. Like I said, I'm the president of a solid motorcycle club. And I got a very large mag team. We train every weekend, 12 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday. I got videos. It's on the channel. You'll see. Well, if you want to see. But, Art Wildman, my man. Good. All right. So, this is what it is, right? So, you release the pandemic. Then you set off some EMPs. Or some dirty bombs. Take out the grid. That way no one can get medical treatment for the illness. I will already have my spies cross the southern border. Which, that's already happened, you know. There's a lot of Chinese military-age males. And, you know, I'm very observant. I know a militant person when I see one. Those guys, when they were crossing the border, when they were standing military style at ease. They, you know, a military person holds herself a certain way. I recognize that when I see it. That's military, buddy. So we got a lot of military in here, and they're just going to be, you know, only God knows what they're going to do. But I would do the exact same thing. If I was out to get this country, that's what I would do. Hey, from Texas. I will get in the chat in a minute. So you got the pandemic. You got the grid down. No one can get medical attention. You're going to have cholera, you know, all kinds of diseases because most people don't know how to purify water. Most people don't know how to survive without the grocery stores, without electricity. They just don't. I'm not one of them people. That electricity is a luxury. A flushing toilet is a luxury. A running water is a luxury. You know, our forefathers in America, they went outside, dug a well, dropped a bucket down in there, got their water brought in their house. They went outside and used the outhouse. That's going to be a big problem too, because the water's going to be, people are not going to know. They're just going to be using the bathroom everywhere, which is going to contaminate almost all the water sources. So, And then people are not going to know. They're just going to drink the water. They're not going to know. Yo, man, you better process that water before you drink it, or it's going to take you out. Well, I know that. And there's many ways of doing it. Just a few drops of bleach. Sure, there'll still be, but it'll kill the bad stuff. A few drops of bleach. Boil it. Water purification tablets. Water purifiers. There's many ways of doing it. Just learn, figure out which way's best for you. And if you're going to use bleach, I recommend, because I keep it handy, and I got that little pool out there I take a bath in, is, chlorine from a swimming pool store. It's just like really strong bleach. So that's what I would use. So if you ever can't get bleach from the store, go to your swimming pool place and get the chlorine. That's what bleach is, really. Yeah, boiling and using iodine. Yeah, that works. That works. That's a good idea there. Reading in the outdoors. That's good. That's good. So, again, I want this channel to grow because I want to get my message out there. I don't want to be the lone survivor. I want as many Americans to survive the initial massive die-off. So, when they do send their army over here to just mop up, you people can help me fight back. That's our only chance. That really is our only chance of saving our country when it gets to that point. Is we are going to have to join up regardless of race or creed or religion. We're going to have to join together. And we're going to have to just guerrilla warfare them. A war of attrition. And a guy like me knows, take out the troops, but work around them and stop their logistics. If the troops cannot get water and food, army does march on its stomach. So don't just take, because, there's so many Chinamen, no matter how, they're just going to keep coming until we run out of ammunition. So I have people ask me all the time, how much ammunition do I need? All of it. You'll never have enough. How many pew-pews do you need? All of them. Because the people that are not prepared, you'll have enough pew-pews to say, come here, here, to hand them out. And let's hold this spot, man. And it's going to be like a Red Dawn scenario. The first Red Dawn. And that's really the only way that we're going to save this country. For everyone putting their faith in Trump, well, he's just one man. And they're doing everything they can to sabotage what he says he's going to do. Biden trying to shut off offshore drilling and trying to cap them off to where you can't uncap them, and just everything. It's just what we are witnessing is a demolition of our country. But I'm not like a Trump cultist or any of that, which I have seen that. But I hope he does what he says he's going to do, but I really don't rely on no man. I don't know him personally. I don't really know what the hell he's going to do. Hillary Clinton is not in prison. So, you know who I rely on? My MAG team, because I vent people. I put them to the test. For instance, if you want to test someone, just because they're hanging out with you, that don't mean they're your friend. No, that don't mean they're solid. No. If you want to put somebody to the test, say, hey, I need some help. I need some help with this physical labor. Well, if they show up, If they give you excuses and they don't show up, no. That's how you test them. That's how you test them. And I apologize, I will get in the chat, but I cannot read the chat and think and talk at the same time. That's why when I become warlord, just like I run my bike club, I have a sergeant of arms. You know, I have different people doing different things. I have my treasury guy that's in charge, which I trust them, which is in charge of the money that the club brings in, because this mostly goes to charity. Like we did a toy run. We went to the poorest neighborhoods, and a lot of kids got toys that wouldn't get no toys this year. So yeah, there's that. But you're going to need people, especially people that know how to use plants for medicine. People with that knowledge. Because man-made medicine, it's all going to be gone. Man-made everything's going to be gone. So, stock up. Really, it's going to be a massive die-off. You really need to stock up. Because you don't want to go out and try to get resources when it's total anarchy and chaos, because someone's liable to get you. And, you know, a lot of people just have a hard time wrapping around cannibalism, but it has happened in other, you know, in India, man, when they were starving. Just do your research. The men had to stay awake at night to keep from someone coming in their house and stealing their children and eating them. It's history. Just do your research, you know. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. But that's really all it would take. And for the survivors, guys like me, I'm going to fight back. They're going to have to kill me. So, yeah, you're right. You're right. Blood raw. It's called the Dark Ages. Yep. Good morning, but why? Good morning. Good morning. Good to have you in here. So I'm just talking what I think China is going to do. Just my opinion. And, you know, that's why I believe in the Second Amendment. That's why as long as somebody's not being nasty and disgusting in the comments, I don't care. You can disagree with me. I believe in the First Amendment, the Second. I believe in all of them. I am a constitutionalist. So this is a free speech platform as long as you're not being nasty and talking about drugs and such things like that. You know, my mods won't allow that. We don't allow none of that. No racism. Nope. None of that. Half my family's mixed. So, and in combat, you really don't care what color the person is next to you, as long as you know they're solid and they're going to throw down when they need to throw down. Ask me how I know. So there's that. And you're not going to care what religion they are when it really gets real. You're not. Which, you know, watch the numbers drop when I say this, but I really don't care. I'm a Christian. I will not deny my Lord, my God, and Jesus Christ. I will not deny them. Nope. So yeah, I'm a Christian. This is a Christian channel. And I strongly recommend, Christian or not, read the book of Revelations in the Bible. And you will get a greater understanding of what is happening. We are truly in the last day. Hey, good to have you in here, Shannon's King James Version Bible. That's, anybody I give a shout out, you know, yo, look, on this here particular channel, it's not a competition. I believe in helping other channels grow. So, if any of my mods know how to drop the channels in here's links, drop their links. I'm good with that. Yeah, but why it is a it is revealing. So if y'all want y'all's links mods, drop your links. I'm cool with that. Got no problem with it. YouTube is not a competition for me. There's a lot of good channels out there. But let me tell you, this comes with a warning. There's a lot of bad channels out there too, giving out false information that if you do what they say you ain't gonna make it. Such as, I'm sure most of you have seen that show Bear Grylls, right? Man, if you take them chances that he does, you ain't coming out of there alive. He's got a whole safety team there. But the stupid stuff that he does, if you break a leg, if you get injured, which a lot, if you go in a cave, 99% of the stuff he does is counterproductive to survivability. Now, there is like 1% of stuff that, yeah, do that. So that show's pretty much for entertainment purposes. Now, a solid show is like Dual Survivor. That's a good show to watch. I strongly recommend watch Dual Survivor. That's solid information on that show. It really is. But Bear Grylls, if you do what that dude says, you gonna get hurt and you ain't coming out of there. Nope. And it's the same thing on YouTube. There's a lot of YouTube channels. They're fake preppers. They really don't know what they're talking about. So don't just take my word for it. Do your own independent research. Such as, here's a challenge. If you're strong enough to do it. Yeah, y'all talk amongst yourself. I will get in the chat. But right now, I'm trying to stay focused. If I get in the chat, man, I'll go all over the place. I got brain damage, all right? So, just turn off your electricity. Just go out there and just turn your electricity off. Well, for one, with these crazy prices of everything, if you shut off your electricity, you're saving money. And then you will learn when the grid goes down what in your refrigerator, you better eat what's going to go bad. And you'll learn to keep it closed, to keep the stuff in there good for as long as it'll stay good. You'll learn that if you have room in your freezer to freeze some water bottles and put them in there, that way when the power goes down, that water bottles of ice will keep your frozen food frozen longer. Then, hope you got some salt and some wood and the knowledge to know how to salt that meat and slow smoke it so you don't lose it. I know a lot of people, they got freezers full of a lot of meat. They do. And that's good. But they don't have no generator. And down here in Florida, man, we got hurricanes, Bubba. I got a video of me riding out that hurricane right here. And it come literally straight over top of me. Here I am. And actually, it's a very entertaining video, too, by the way. I try to be entertaining and serious at the same time. And I put a lot of stuff out there. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I just put it out there. Take it for what it's worth. It is what it is. Also, again, please subscribe to the channel. I got a lot of these fake prepper channels, that because this is the real deal channel, it's growing, and these little... So, I'm just going to outwork them. So, if y'all could, please subscribe to the channel. That way the message gets out there. I don't want to be in this alone, man. I'm going to need help. I'm going to need Americans to go, hell no. When the army's marching down the road, we're going to guerrilla war fight their ass. We're not going to... Don't face them head on. No, don't do that. Guerrilla warfare them. Hit and run, hit and run, hit and run. Set up IEDs. Learn how to do those things. Now, like anybody that follows this channel, I strongly recommend you go to your local airsoft field, because this is the closest thing to real combat you're going to get without people perishing. And just train. And at that airsoft field, you will meet like-minded people that are literally there not to just play, which it is very fun, but are there to train. I mean, I know a lot of veterans that got post-traumatic stress disorder and they play airsoft and they're like, man, I gotta go play airsoft. I gotta get some trigger time in. And I know where they're coming from. So get out there, you know, and when you see somebody that's really good, watch how they play. Watch and learn. And, you know, experience is the best teacher, by the way. So, experience. Get out there and train airsoft, man. That's really that's the closest way of doing it without getting off or without having to off someone. So again, y'all, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, do the things. I'd appreciate that. Alright, so now that I'll recap real quick, and then I'm going to get in the chat. If I was China, because they need our soil, so they really don't want to damage too much. They just want to take us out physically and take out our infrastructure. Because, you know, you're like, well, they need our food. They're not going to attack us. Well, you think those Chinese guys don't know how to farm? Once they take out the farmer, they'll just get out there and farm the land. It's really that simple. So I would just release something. Maybe even look at fate. Lock down my population to make it look legit. Turn it loose on us. Then when it's spreading and people are getting sick, take out the grid where nobody can get medical attention. And you really won't know we're at war until you literally see an army marching. Because do you got comms? Are they protected from EMPs? Not many people are. Not many people do. It's going to be a massive die-off at first. So, being a survivalist, you need to be good at scavenging. As hard as this sounds, and I get a lot of hate back for this, but I really don't care because it's the truth. When the massive die-off happens, because don't go out stealing, because I'm telling you, if you're sending stuff downrange, stuff's going to be coming uprange. And if you get a major wound, and there's no medical care, you're not going to make it. But a house that the people have perished, why not go in there and take the resources, even if it's just salt, if that's all they have, whatever they have, man, just take it. If they're perished, you know, don't be like a werewolf, because werewolf preppers, they're gonna get took out, man. They're gonna get took out by guys like me. Because like I said, when there's stuff coming up range, there's stuff going to be going down range, vice versa. So that lone prepper, them werewolf preppers, they're not going to make it. They're not. That's why you need to make a mag team. Such as, for instance, like if I didn't have a wife, I would be dead right now. Literally. I work as a bouncer, okay? And, which I've always done security work in one form or another. But I lost my mom, and I'm a mama's boy, so that put a lot of world of hurt on me. And my dad, he was so hard because he did 3 tours in Nam. Well, both of them they were healthy until this. Then my mom, after this, they did this. After that, It was like I was calling the ambulance once or twice a week. It was ridiculous. And I knew what it was. So my mom, she passed. That was rough on me. Mom's boy, because my dad's a mean rascal, but he did turn me into a man. You know, if I didn't hunt, like some days, when I come home, instead of giving me a 22 rifle, I say, you better go out there and get something to eat or you ain't eating, son. Well, some days I come home, he'd give me a rod and reel and say, go out there and catch something. And he had cast nets. But in the cast net, that's a sure way you're going to catch fish. Don't matter if they're biting or not. You throw that cast net, you're going to get them. You might want to get you a cast net. Oh, no. Just rod and reel. Sometimes just a cane pole. But, and I was so angry with him. I was like, Dad, why can't we be like normal families? And he's like, because you'll see when you get older. And he was right. You know, but my dad, he did go a little bit overboard. Just a little bit. For instance, like when I was, I'm so old. Easy, boy. You're going to need some, that's a good hog dog right here. This old boy catches hogs. He feeds the family. And we're overrun with feral hogs here. He grabs a hold of them, holds them for me, and then I knife them or spear them. And then I got food. Hey, calm down, boy. So a good hog dog won't hurt. Just make sure you got, that's another part of prepping. Make sure you got food put back for your animals. Make sure you got food put back. All right, get down for the other big old dog gets jealous and y'all get in a fight in here. Get off me. Get off me. Because I got two big dogs in here. And then, little Miss Prepper, she's got a dog with her because she don't go nowhere without a dog. It's getting dangerous down here in Florida, man. The crime's getting out of hand. I know a lot of people don't even want to leave their houses so bad. Really. Everything's so expensive, people can't afford to live. So what do? They turn to crime. I know people that's doing crime that would never do that. But now they got no choice. So, what about these drones and this strange fog? And you do know, now I'm telling you, this is facts. I have people that work at the Tampa port. And they're not lying. They're telling me, look, man, there's shipping containers coming in. And it's not the DEA, because the DEA hangs out at the port all the time. He said it's not the DEA, but it's these government agencies. And they're taking stuff out of these containers. They don't know what it is. I do. So maybe, this whole thing is going to be staged by our own government. The New World Order. That's really, if you read the Bible, that's really what they want. They want one world government in control of everything. Why do you think, they want you to register your gardens? Now they're talking about, if you got your own water pump, they want to put a meter on your own water pump. Why, your house is bought and paid for, but you still got to pay property tax. So really, you really don't own it. You're renting it. Or you wouldn't have to pay property tax. So there it is what it is, man. It really is. And read Revelations. Everything the Bible says has come true, and it's going to happen. Even if you're not religious, it's like predicts the future. It really does. Everything it says in there that's going to happen has happened and is happening. Yeah, there's a reason why you never own your land. Absolutely, but why? Hungry people are dangerous people. Yes, they are, Art Wild Man. So, You need to practice your constitutional rights. And I'll give you a heads up. If you are a convicted felon, and which nowhere in the Constitution does it says that, oh, if you get in trouble, you can't be armed. It doesn't say that in there. Just another man-made law. That, oh, if you're a felon, you can't have a gun. Which I think that's bullcrap. I think a man should have the right to defend him and his family. Even if he, if he did the crime, he did the time. It is what it is. And because that's a stupid law. If someone really wants a gun, they're going to get one. But if you move to Texas, if you're a felon, you can have a gun in your home. You just have to leave it in your home. Because in Texas, I love Texas, man. I love Texas people. I love Texas. In Texas, you got the right to defend yourself. So, even if you're a felon in Texas, as long as you leave that gun in the house, you can have it. Even if you're a felon. It's the only state I know that you can do that. Yeah, no racial stuff. If somebody used racial stuff, throw them out of here. I don't tolerate. Yeah. Y'all, my mods, if you see any racial stuff, throw them out of here. We don't do that. Nope. This channel does not tolerate racism. Nope. This is a Christian channel. And trying to be a good Christian. And we are all one race, the human race. There's bad actors of any race, any creed, any religion. There's bad actors and there's good people in any of it. That's the way it is, man. Like, for instance, I'm a Christian, okay? But old Joel Osteen claims to be a Christian, but look at what he does. When people needed a place to seek sanctuary, where the church is supposed to be a sanctuary, he wouldn't even let them in his church. Now, I don't judge nobody. That's not my job. That's God's job. But what a real Christian that could open his doors, it wasn't like the end times and all that where you have to choose. I'm sorry, I can't help you. I only got enough for mine. Because that's really what it's going to come down to, People that are not preparing, that are out spending money recklessly, that are showing off their fancy new cars and their large houses and going to the bars and just recklessly spending their money. Now, I'm not going to give those people my food when it comes down to it. No, not. Now, if I have it to spare, I will. But if I don't have it to spare, I'm not doing it. I'm like, bro. Because anybody that knows me knows a couple things about me. You better not come up to my property without letting me know you're coming first. And they know. I told you to get ready. You didn't. So, you're on your own, bud. You're going to have to turn them away. That's facts. I'm not going to take from me and mine and give to people that didn't listen. And anyone that knows me, I tell them, you better get your ass ready. If nothing else, look, it's already hit mainstream media. The East Coast, Florida, we are going to get hammered with, we're going to get caught in a vicious hurricane cycle. It's going to be savage, man. Just that alone. But me, I'm probably the only guy in Florida that's looking forward to the next hurricane because, hey, if you watch my hurricane videos where I'm right here riding it out, an 8x10 shed I turned into a bunker. It's very entertaining. You really won't learn, but it's entertaining. You won't learn a lot. You'll learn, oh, you need a generator. It's entertaining. You know, on this channel, I do entertaining stuff. All right, Ark Wildman Survival, going foraging. Awesome, man. Video that, dude. I want to see it. Video that foraging. Yeah, I'll hand them an EDC bag and survival manual if they're lucky. Absolutely. Unfortunately, a generator needs gas. Yes, it does. So what do you do? What do you do? Maybe you should store some gas. Or get a solar generator. I recommend both. Because, you know, I run off solar out here, but there's some days that I pull my system down to where I literally have to use my gas generator. So, yeah, you're going to need gas for a gas generator. So, what do? You get gas, man. You stockpile gas, and then you treat it. And they got stuff in there, you can treat it where that gas will stay good for a year. Then rotate it. Just like you do your preps, rotate it. Buy stuff you're going to use. And then once you get past that point, then the 20-year shelf-life food, like Patriot Survival, Nutrient Survival, all that, that's good stuff, man. I actually prefer Nutrient Survival. Tastes better. I tried it all. Once you get to that point, because it comes down to a money thing for me. I really don't have a lot of money. I really don't. I work as a bouncer. I don't make that much money. My wife, she takes care of animals, and she doesn't make that much money. That's why we live the way we do. So, you know, but we are, so I don't have no money, not really. But, hey, it's right behind over lines. Yeah, y'all talk, yeah, it is sad, but it is what it is, man. But I learn to use the tools you have on hand. Don't sit there and play the wish game. Oh, if I did that, I'd be sitting here wishing, oh, I wish I had a hot shower. Well, I don't. Take a bath in a pool. Oh, I wish I had a flushing toilet. Well, I don't. I use a 5-gallon bucket. I'm a savage, bro. Yeah. And if the grid went down right now, I'm good, man. I know how to make it. Not a problem. I've already got everything in order. And the more you know, the less you need. The more you know, the less you need. Remember that. And just having a pew-pew, no, you need to practice with it. You need to know how to clean it. You know, you need to make that a part of you. Whatever weapon you're going to use, if it's just a baseball bat, go out there and smack something with it. You know, whatever it is you're comfortable with. Whether it be a bow, which I really like a bow, really. I mean, I'll use a bow, boom, because a battlefield pickup. When I see an enemy that's well armed, I'm just going to swack him right in the heart with a bow. If he's got body armor on, I'm going to swack him right here. Because if you look on the channel, all those big old bucks on there, I hunted them on public land with a bow that I made. So I'm very confident in my skills, and it's a battlefield pickup. You see an enemy, he's well armed, swack him with that bow, run over there, take his stuff, take his mags, take his pew-pew, even take his uniform. That way if you had to, you can kind of blend in. Take everything. I'm gonna leave him there butt naked. And I'm so hardened and crazy that I will be very angry at the time, and so I will humiliate the dead. I will. You know, I don't recommend that, but I'm not going to lie to you. I know me. I know me. So that's what it is. Show us some of them bucks. It's on the channel, man. See, I got Wi-Fi. I can't go very far from here, and my net don't work. But all you gotta do is look on the channel. They're there. They're there. You'll see they're in a shed, hanging on the wall. Not this shed, because I turned this shed into a bunker, but I have another shed that I use for storage. And I got them hanging on the wall in there, because there's not room for them in here. Because don't tell me there ain't no big deer in Florida. I've killed a 180-pound deer down here. Them bucks, some of them were 160, 180 pounds, man. Yeah, check it out. Check them out. It's on the channel. Some of them are in my shorts. Some of them are in the videos. Just check it out. They're there. I'm not going to lie to you. I killed them with a bow. But really, if you got a wife like mine, if you want a deer, just let her drive your truck. So where I live, there's so many deer out here. She hits them with a truck. I get so angry. But I just throw them in the back of the truck. You got to do it legally, though. When you hit a deer, you got to call the game warden. The game warden comes out, all right, it was legitimately hit by the vehicle. You can have it. Because I will eat roadkill. Even a hog, man. If I find a fresh hog that's fresh, and I know when one's fresh because there's so many out here, but I'm not going to let it go to waste, but I really like hunting them. Me and the dogs and a knife or a spear, we just hunt them. But no, this, go ahead and get ahead of the game. Go ahead and go hunting now. Stockpile that meat now, because when everything goes down, everybody's going to be hunting and there's not going to be anything left. That's when you resort to your pellet rifle. It's nice and quiet, and you shoot any bird, any squirrel, any rabbit, any lizard, whatever you can get, man. Any calories you can get, you're going to eat it. I assure you of that. Really. All right, let me get up in here. Oh, I get it now. I didn't do it anyway. Okay, I'm trying to... Yeah, check it out, Automation 4. Yeah, I got them in here. It's on the channel. Everything's on the channel, man. I got the training. Come here, big boy. No, y'all don't... Look what I got to deal with. In this little old... I got this big old half shepherd, half Malamute. He's the bait dog. He'll sniff them out and bark and bite and back off. But this one, he'll get a hold of him and not let go. This one's half shepherd, half pit. He was on death row. This one's half shepherd, half Malamute. He was on death row. And I rescued them. And looks like my comment went too far. I know what not to post. It's all right to survive behind little lines. It's okay. It happens. Nobody's perfect. I'm far from it. I appreciate you. Yeah, shepherds are good, man. Shepherds are good. So both of them are half shepherd. One's half pit. He don't let go. And this one's half shepherd, half Malamute. He does his job. They both do their job. Y'all stop. Stop. Y'all gonna get in a fight. Every time I show too much attention, they because they told me when I got these dogs, they're like, look, these dogs here, they can't be around other dogs. Because they will fight. Well, I've had dogs my whole life. I know how to train dogs. They're all over each other right now. Look, they're all over each other. There's no fighting going on here. You just, you learn how to train them. It's really easy. It's the pack mentality. That's how you train them. When you get dogs, first, you cannot let them fight, ever. Or then you're going to have problems. What you do is you walk them both, keep them apart, and just keep walking them. And they'll look at each other. And they were both looking at each other. And I literally had to bring 2 vehicles to bring them home or they would have fought. But when I got them home, me and Little Miss Prepper, we walked them and kept them far enough apart where they couldn't fight. And we walked them and just kept walking and walking and walking and walking until we were exhausted. The dogs were exhausted. And they kept sizing each other up. They got tired, but all that walking is the pack mentality. They're like, okay. And then you'll know, you'll feel it, you'll see it. When they start looking at each other all crazy and they're just like, you let them get a little closer, and just always feed them separately. Because if they ever do get in a knockdown, drag out fight, you're going to have problems from then on out. So just don't allow that. Because these dogs they look like big babies. I'm telling you what, they are vicious. They will hurt you. 2 dobies jumped me and my dog. My dog took care of it. Thankfully, they were not team dogs. Yeah. You'd have some problems, man, if they knew how to work together. But these jokers are vicious, man. They got loose yesterday morning, and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, we got to catch them or they're going to attack somebody. And, if they attack somebody, good grief, that's on me. Because I train them to do that. So I can never let them get loose like that again. Look, he's a big old baby. Yes, he is. Look at this. Look at this. Big old ham. Stop, Duke. Don't start no shit now. See, they get jealous of each other, though. That's one problem. Okay, I'm literally got to pet both of them, or they will get jealous. Stop. Don't you be nipping on me, you asshole. All right, get down, big boy. Get down. Get off me. You're big. You're too big to be up in my lap, bro. Stop. Y'all stop. No. You got to watch them. They will fight now. They get jealous of each other, but you just can't let them fight. Not one time, or you're going to have problems. So I'll recap. Yeah, these are good doggies here, but only to me and Little Miss Prepper. Anybody else, they will get them in a bad way. What, man? I'm going to have to give him a piece of beef jerky here in a minute, but you good boy. It's cold out there. That's why I got them inside, man. It's cold in Florida. They don't even like the cold weather. This one here don't mind it, but that other one don't like it. And they're spoiled. They're spoiled. Look at this. Look at this. It's ridiculous. Look at this. Yeah, man. Dude, what are you doing? You just gonna do the YouTube channel? Is that what it is? You gonna do it? I didn't think so. Stop! Y'all runned off yesterday. I'm not letting y'all out. When I do, you're gonna be on the chains. I hate putting a dog on a chain, but I got 3 fences. This dude right here, I got 5-foot fencing. He will jump right over it like it's nothing. Nothing. Just like a damn kangaroo or something. And that half pit, half shepherd, put that hair down. You stop that shit. I'm gonna beat your ass. See, they get jealous of each other. They get jealous. But they tolerate each other. It is what it is, right? That's another thing, if you're able to and you can handle them and all, get you a couple dogs, man. They're literally old school, the best alarm system. They will literally defend you to the death. Well, you'll never have a more loyal, better protection than good dogs. Why do you think the military uses dogs? Why do you think the cops uses dogs? There's a reason. So, but they're just dogs. Remember that, Take good care of them and all. It's just your duty if you got a dog, take good care of it. But remember, they're still just dogs. They have to be sacrificed, for your family. It is what it is. I mean, I'm just honest on here. Now, do I want to see them get hurt? No. But if it's between these dogs and Little Miss Prepper, that dog's just going to have to bite the bullet. That's their job, man. That's why I got them. It is what it is. And they will. They will die for you. A good dog will die for you. No problem at all. All right, so I'm going to recap real quick. And this is, I do believe it's going to happen. China's going to turn some crap loose on us. It's going to take out a lot of people. Then some dirty bombs. Or EMPs. Take out the grid. Massive die-off. That way there's not so many armed citizens to resist. And their spies in here are going to let them know what's going on. Then the food shortages, and then no food. Then the starvation. Then the local warlords are going to rise up. Like me. And when we see them in our area, we're just going to guerrilla warfight them. And then I'm going to try to go around them and cut off their supplies. Logistics is everything, man. Going to go around them, take out their logistics. And then, why'd you shoot him in the back? Because it was towards me, that's why. Classic flank, man. Come up behind them. And then just take out as many as I can, and when I'm getting too much attention, guerrilla warfare, kick rocks, get the hell out of there. Because you're not going to be able to fight a well-organized, trained army very long with numbers, because they're going to call in airstrikes, they're going to call in backup. You just got to take out who's there and get the hell out of there. And just over and over, a war of attrition. And, you know, they still probably going to win, but I'm going to die fighting for this country. You can believe that. So you can go ahead and thank me now for defending you and your family and your freedoms. Because that's what I do. My dog bit me. He met the lead. Yeah, hey. You know, if you got a bad dog, some dogs are just bad that way. And, you know, you got to deal with it. However you see fit. You know, because I'm the kind of person, you know, I mind my own business. So you do you. As long as you ain't hurting no kid, as long as you ain't hurting no women, and you're not torturing that animal. Okay, I'm not down with that. Those three things right there, and my whole club will come down on you and hurt you in a bad way. We don't call the law. We deal with it ourselves. And when we're done, you're gonna wish somebody called the law. But that's the way it's going to go down. So the people that come in late, rewatch the video. It's already starting. So today, here, now, please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like button. I said please. And I got great content. I got a whole playlist of how to defend yourself against a knife attack. Which, here lately, man, knife, even though you got all these thugs running around with these pew-pews, seems like a blade is their weapon of choice, man. It really does. There's a lot of people been getting stabbed up. And the knife defense I teach is really easy. First thing I'll tell you, if you can, run. Because who's a knife expert, really? Even the 4-year-old kids know how to cut a steak. And that knife will mess you up very bad in a very short amount of time. Alright. Survive behind rubber lines with... Oh, thank you, Automation 4. Thank you. Said hit the like button. With China doing their thing, I think it's time for me to measure and fabricate plastic for my windows. Unfortunately, I do not have a safe interior room away from windows to minimize particles. Yep. Now, another way is go to an interior room and sandbag you like a little fort, like when you were a kid. But make it out of sandbags. Like get you a table. Get your big kitchen table that's got some strong legs. Sandbag it all the way around. Sandbag it on the top. That'll be your safe zone for radiation. Do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Knives are quiet and very effective. Yes, they are. And up close, most in everyday situation, the bad guy's right on you. And if he's right on you, you can pull that knife out and go to work a lot quicker than you can skin that freaking smoke wagon and go to work. Unless you're like some quick draw McGraw. And then a lot of people, if it's a semi-auto, they are not carrying it chambered because that is dangerous. And then there's the safety you got to fumble for. And under stress, train under stress. You will find out a lot about yourself. But just pull that knife out and just get to work, man. Hit that femoral artery in that leg that's this big around in less than 3 minutes. It's over. They're done. But don't do that unless you're defending your life, or you will get put in a cage. So I appreciate. Oh, morning, Moose Man. Moose Man, when I'm about done. Good morning, Moose Man. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm an hour and a half in already, almost. But everything I said, I do believe is going to happen. And it's, it's a matter of opinion, and it may not. It may not happen. But in one form or another, it's going to happen. Probably in that order. Everybody's worried about Russia, and we should be, really. Because we keep feeding the war machine. That war would be over if NATO, which is basically America pretty much, and all that money we're sending to literally pay for people to get slaughtered, which that's kind of sad, when there's so many Americans hurting that we could use that money, help nothing else to build our grid. No, this administration, man, is evil. I really don't trust any of them, really. And the great savior Trump, hey, am I a Trump guy? Yeah, but he's just a man. He can only do so much. It is what it is. If he even lives, they probably going to take him out. Y'all keep coming up while I'm in dreamland. Yeah, I want to... If Little Miss Prepper's here, y'all stop. Y'all are so dang on aggressive, man. They just want, and they hear any little noise, they want to go out there and bark and raise hell and get something. We all have to do our part to help Trump. Yep, we do. We really do. We all got to do our part. He's only one man. He's just one man, and he's just a man. He's only one man. And, hopefully he'll make better choices this time, like not choosing Fauci. And I think he probably learned from that. But really, though, is it just buying us 4 more years? And then, is it kicking the can down the road? Because honestly, at my age, if this thing's going to go down, I want it to go ahead and go down and get her done while I'm able-bodied to get it done. Because these youth, man, they're just too soft. I mean, there is some good, hard youth. I got some on my mag team, man. They train hard out there on the airsoft field. They put in the work. But most of our youth, nah, man. They don't even leave their house. They just sit in their mom's basement on the phone, trolling on people. So, they don't know what real pain is. Most of them don't even ride bikes. They never even crashed a bicycle. They've never been in a fight because now, used to, when I was a kid, we fought. And when the adults showed up, they made sure nobody needed to go. Are you okay? Are you okay? All right, good. And then we were best friends, but now they call the cops. Now these kids are just shooting each other. You know who, in everyday life, you know why these little gangster thugs are shooting each other? Because they don't know how to fight. You know how I know? Because I train MMA. And sometimes when I'm up there training MMA, you'll see these little gangster thugs come in. They'll be all muscled up. Big guys, because I'm only 5'9". I'm an average sized guy. Some of these guys, big thugs, muscled up. Got the dreads and all, And they look at me, and I'm just sitting there and I'll do this. I kind of slouch over, and they'll see this gray and all, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna get that old man right there. I wish my coach would let me video that, but I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna beg him, please, coach, I'll pay you. Let me video it. You'll see I mop the floor with their asses, man. Experience is the best teacher, and you just got to look in his eyes, man. There's no quit in me, and I've been doing this since I was a kid. My dad would take me to a bar, 14 years old, start a fight with the biggest, meanest man in there, and then out in the parking lot. I'm not going to fight you. My son is. So I'm out there fighting a grown-ass man at 14 years old, and if I lost that fight, I really got an ass whooping when I got home. That guy did nothing to me as bad as my dad would when I got home, because my dad, he's like, that's what his dad did with him. He's like, boy, you're going to be a man, or you going to die trying. And you are a product of your environment. Now, some people do rise above that. I'm not one of those people. Not really. So, the people that came in late, rule 1, right? Long rule, yep. Popular misconception that you need any army to take over a country. You give me the real mofos and you're done. Absolutely, long rule. You're right. You're absolutely correct. With 10, 20, 30 men, even young lads that'll listen, I could take down the power grid very easily. It's the transformers, man. You just target all the transformers and it's going to be down. And we do not have enough transformers in this country to replace them. And there are certain transformers that are placed. If you just strategically take those out, it's going to drop the whole power grid down, man. And I'm not saying something that the bad guys don't know. They know this. They know this. They know it. So I didn't mean to ignore anyone in the chat, okay? So, but why everyone in here, I didn't mean to ignore anyone. I can't do this without Little Miss Prepper reading the chat. I can't teach and read the chat. It's just hard. I can't do it. I'm not a multitasker. Teamwork is dream work, man. Look at the SOCOM troops. They can get in other country in their small groups and mess it up. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're pushing an hour and a half, and I got a lot of work because I've been sick for a while. I'm just recovering, and man, the work is backed up because I literally live off grid. I grow my own food. I do the thing. I do the things, man. Do the things you need to do. Yes, the lone rule. Amen, Moose Man. So, you mean that subs that... Yeah. Yeah. See, it's common knowledge, man, and if we know it, our enemies know it. They know it. If we know it, they know it. Now, so I'm not putting any information out here that they don't already know. They already know. Yeah, I sound like I'm from Kentucky, but I'm in Florida. My club is based out of Kentucky, but I'm from Florida. I'm in Florida. So, unfortunately, I got to get out there and get to the grind. There's a lot of work, being off-grid and homesteading, but really, that's your only chance. Really. When everything goes down, if you do not know how to grow, if you do not know how to defend for yourself, you're not going to make it. You're not. If you're in a big city, good luck with that. You better have your ass out in the woods like I live. And, because, if it gets cold, I got a lot of trees out here. A lot of them are down from the hurricane, so it's already seasons. It's ready to burn now. A lot of them are down from the hurricane before that. But, so I got plenty of wood. I put in a wood burning stove real quick because my dad was a hoarder. And so there's stuff piled up. But, yeah, Moose Man, I watched that again. My dad's ceremony. And I was there. I just wasn't going to get caught on video crying like a little schoolgirl. So the person that was videoing, I was like, you do not put that camera on me, because I was crying like a little schoolgirl, and I did not want the whole world to see me crying like a little schoolgirl for losing my dad. Nope. That's why I'm not in that video, but I was there. You can believe that. You know I was there, man. I was there. I'm not, I was like, you better not put that camera on me. As soon as I said, you better not put that camera on me. I'm not, because that thing's, all over Facebook and all, and I'm not going to have the whole world see me crocodile tear, and all. Because that dude was a man's man, brother. A man's man. He just don't make them like that anymore. He tried his best to make me like him, but I ain't as tough as he was. Hell no. And I ain't even gonna pretend to be. Did he make me tough, though? He did make me mean dog tough, but I could never be as tough as that dude was. Yeah, Moose, man. I ain't as strong as you, man. I cried the whole time. That's why I was like, do not video me. Don't do it. And thank God, the videoer respected my wishes and did not do it. It is what it is, man. Yeah. I'm sorry, I kind of was thinking about my dad. He's a mean old rascal, but I love him and I care for him. And it is what it is, man. They took this stupid thing right here. I tried to tell them don't do it. And then year after that, year or two, they both gone. And they were perfectly healthy until then. I love it. I love it. I'm watching the chat. You're talking amongst each other. That is awesome. So everyone, please subscribe to the channel. I said please. I want this channel to grow. I want my message to get out there. I want everybody to get ready. Just start getting what you can, Be like me, use the tools you have at hand. Sure, there's a whole lot of stuff I wish I had that I can't afford. Hell, I wish I had a big old house, but I can't afford that. Not down here in Florida, man. No. I wish I had running water. I wish I had a flushing toilet. I wish I had a hot shower, but I don't play the wish game. I'd be here wishing all day. I just use the tools I have at hand. That's the way you got to do it. You learn how to use what you got. And if you find out you need something else, then if you can, go and get it. Like I run 7 miles every morning, 7 miles every night. Even with a jacked up knee, I have to put on a knee brace. And the only thing that gets me to stop is if I see a can. Oh, there's an aluminum can that goes right in my rucksack. There's a can. I'll stop and pick up a can. And then I'll get a whole bunch of them. I'll take them and cash them in and get more preps. Get the things I need. So even if you got to do it one aluminum can at a time, do it. And, if you have to get a second job, which, time is something you cannot buy. So you do you. You do what you need to do. You do what you feel you need to do. But I can't work a second job, man. I would never see my wife. And you can't buy time, and that's precious to me is time. I would really rather just be down by a river living in a tent with my wife right by my side. But hell, I'm lucky she lives this way. But she says, I'm not doing that. I'm like, quit your job. Let's get the tent. Sell every damn thing. Sell the car. Sell the kids. We're never coming back. And go live down by the river. But she won't do it. I would love to live that way. Really. That's true freedom. But she won't. Moose Man is the troll sniper. He's on point before I can. He knows my temper, so before I can even get mad, boy, he takes them out. Whoop! All the trolls woke up. Well, let's go for a little more minute then. Now that we got some trolls in here. All right, I recommend make friends with people who work in different trades of construction that always be getting built materials. Yes. That's what you need. You don't need everybody of the same thing. You need people that know how to garden. You need people that know how to use plants to make you feel better, because I got to be careful what I say on here. You need people to pull security. You need nurses, doctors. You're going to need people from pretty much all walks of life to do certain things. And that's facts. You're going to need carpenters. You're going to need mechanics. You're going to need people that knows how to do things. Like, what's a banker going to do? Somebody that works in the office, what are they going to do? What do they know? If they don't know, if all they know is how to be a banker, what are they going to do? Well, maybe you can use them to keep track of the supplies. Go around and write down and keep track of everything. So maybe you can find a use, but how many bankers do you need for that, Hey, Michael's up in the house. Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. I'm not reading. Hey, but why still with us? All right, awesome, but why? Awesome. I'm glad y'all hung in there, because we've been good a little minute. Just talking. I'm sorry if I miss any of my mods, because it's hard for me to look at the chat and think and do. What about bunkers? Yes. That's a good idea, is build you a bunker. I literally live in one. And, if I have more money, it would be better. But, I use the tools I have at hand. But yeah, definitely build you a stronghold. And all you can do is your best. Just do your best. Bunkers suck. Yeah, because you know what? If that bunker ain't right, you literally just build a coffin. Really. You really just build a coffin. But me, this is a bunker, but it's also my home. I live here. So I turned my home into a bunker. Why not, right? But really, guerrilla warfare, hit and run, hit and run, hit and run, and being mobile is really the way to go. Really. And Moose Man's right. But I'm paranoid. I got post-traumatic stress disorder, so I just hardened this place so I could be at ease instead of, because like a trailer, just with a 22 rifle, if you are living in a trailer, and there's a lot of, it's crazy. There's a lot of trailers down here in Florida and these hurricanes. I don't understand that. And they literally cost as much as you could literally pay someone to build you a block home. But with a 22 rifle, I can shoot from stem to stern through that trailer. Stem to stern with just 22 rifle. Go right through the walls. And I could light that place up. Stem to stern. I don't want to be that vulnerable. But there's things you can do, to make you a spot where you can take on incoming and fight back. Lots of things you can do. Sandbags, blocks, a lot of things you can do. But don't think, I had someone leave a comment. I don't, because I made a video, you need sandbags. Someone says, I don't need sandbags because I got furniture. You've been watching too much TV. If you think that furniture is going to stop a 9mm, it'll go right through it like it ain't nothing. Stop watching TV, man. When you see these people hiding behind a 55 barrel drum that doesn't have liquid in it or anything, it's just an empty drum, and they're hiding behind it, and it's da-da-da-da-da. Man, in real life, that bullet's going to go right through that thing and get you. There is a difference between cover and concealment. You need to learn about that. It's good if they can't see you. But me, if I say, oh, that's a good hiding spot, I'm going to light it up. Just to see if somebody falls out of there. But if they got a good spot where, the bullets won't go through, then they can hold their spot. Experience is the best teacher. So there's that. So but I do apologize for not getting up in the chat. I'll do another one similar to this when Little Miss Prepper gets home. That way she can read the chat. And that way y'all can question me. So subscribe to the channel. Hit the button. The icon, it lets you know. And when Little Miss Prepper gets home, I'll come back on here and go more in depth, because she will be able to read the chat and I can answer your questions. Like I'm sure Moose Man's answering a lot of questions. And look here, I got a lot of faith in him. He knows, he's my mentor. I look up to him. He helps me out. Gives the other mods a run for his money. He usually snipes them before anybody else can. So I got to get out there and get to work. That's all there is to it. But when Little Miss Prepper comes home, or I may do another live after I do a lot of work. I'm just getting over a bad illness, so I can only go do so much and I just give out. Maybe I'll talk some more. Maybe a different subject till she gets here. So I want to go on this subject again with her reading the chat to me, so I can answer your questions and give you advice, about, and I don't know everything, okay? I don't know everything. Anybody that claims they know everything, you walk. But I will tell you what I would do. And, Moose Man, he'll help you out, Amen. No racism, man. No skin color, man. Why do people got to do that? I don't understand. We are one race, the human race. We all bleed red. You can be of any color. You got the same blood type, and I'm bleeding to death. You think I ain't gonna be like, all right, come here, give me some blood. We can literally use each other's blood regardless of what color we are. So, what is that? We can't use dog's blood. Can't use only human blood. So, doesn't matter what race. So there's that. Alright, well, I do got to get my butt to work. That's the thing about running a homestead. A lot of work, but you know what? At least I ain't got to depend on the system. See, All America Prepper, hit the like button. Thank y'all mods so much. I do appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. I would just leave the chat open, but, you know. I'll give you a couple minutes if y'all need to say something to each other, and then I'm going to clock out of here and get out there and get to work, because this is one of the few days it's not mean dog hot down here. So I won't be out there sweating it out. I'll actually be able to couldn't handle the heat right now, as sick as I've been. And I wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for my wife. So you do, there will, I don't care how tough, how mean, there will be a day when you will need help. There will be a day when you need help. I can assure you of that. So go ahead and get your people now and work it out. Have certain things you say, like make your own language where you can say certain words. To where, you know, like there's certain words that I can say where my people know, hit the deck, because it's getting real, you know. Create your own language, that way you can talk amongst each other and nobody around you really knows what you're talking about. And I mean, you can literally use your native language, but just words mean something. There's just so much that goes into it. That's why you need to start now. Now is the time to start getting ready. That's why I got to clock out and get out there and get my butt to work. So it's the All America Prepper. Stay ready. Please subscribe to the channel. I said please. Stay ready. Stay dangerous. And have a blessed day. I'll be back. Thank you, mods. Thank you so much.